Howdy guys, Bookie Laura here. Now lately I've lost a bit of my mojo when it comes to sort of booktube and all that jazz, and I decided what better way to get my mojo back than to go to the library. So I decided to take a trip to the library and then bring you a little library book haul. So here we go. One of my goals this year was to make sure that I was picking books up like on a whim more often. I think too much of my reading I felt was like structured and methodical, and I wanted to just see books and pick them up and read them even if I hadn't heard of them before. So all of the books which I picked up in this haul, well, not all of them, but a few of them were books that I'd never heard of before, but I just thought the plot sounded great, and some were books I'd heard of but hadn't much sort of intention to read them. They just sounded good. I can't remember which order I picked them up, so I'm just going to go at random. So the first one is called The Good Liar by Nicholas Searle? I can't say that. Anyway, moving on. I think for me, when I read the bit on the... I mean, covers do have a lot to answer for. Don't judge a book by its cover, it's just a lie. But it says, this is a life told back to front. This is a man who's lied all his life. And it was the idea that he's a con man, and then he's trying to con this woman, but she seems to be too into it. And I kind of got the idea that it was going to be one of those twists and turns, which I always enjoy, and it looked like quite a fast read too. So I thought I'd get that. I also saw J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye, which again, obviously I've heard of, obviously. I'm not entirely sure whether I'm brave enough to read a classic at the minute, but it's something I've been meaning to read for a long, long time, and I thought, you know, it's quite short-ish. I mean, the pages are quite intense on the old text level, but I thought I might just pick that up and give that a go. I also picked up Gillian Flynn's Sharp Objects. I know that Gillian Flynn isn't necessarily for everybody, but I read Gone Girl and I really enjoyed it. So I haven't even read the back, I'm not going to lie. I just thought, why not give another book of hers a go? Then I also picked up this one, which looks more kind of not my cup of tea. The Forgetting Time by Sharon Guskin. But when I read the back, it says it's about a little boy who remembers what sounds to be like a previous life. So he's a 4-year-old called Noah. He remembers being a 9-year-old called Tommy. And then, yeah, I thought that just sounded quite cool and mysterious. So picked that up. And then last but not least, I was in the Stephen King section looking at all the books, thinking, which one do I want to read next? And I picked up Mr. Mercedes, which probably most people have heard of, but anyway. I thought you can't really go wrong with a bit of Stephen King. I am a big fan, not gonna lie. So these are the books which I picked up at the library on my latest visit. None of them I had the intention of picking up before I went. I just sort of decided to go in and see what took my fancy. And these are what I got. If you've read any of them, let me know. I mean, I think all of them, or particularly the ones, obviously, Stephen King and Catcher in the Rye I'd heard of, but the other three just struck me as probably being quite quick reads, which I think is something I could do with at the minute. So I haven't decided which one I'm going to read next. I'm reading Children of Blood and Bone at the minute, which is great, but it's quite long. So give me some tips of which one you think I should read next. I'm trying to make more videos, so hopefully I'll be back a bit more regularly. I will do my best. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.